All right, y'all. Two underground albums that you don't want to miss out on. What is good, y'all? It's your boy Mixtape Mob. If you are rocking with this content, go ahead and smash that like button. Also, subscribe if you haven't. So, I would say there hasn't been a ton of fireworks so far this year as far as album releases have gone. At least for me, there hasn't. Now, sure, there have been some solid projects that have dropped. Ones that I haven't been like too inspired to talk about, but these two definitely caught my attention. The first one is TF and DJ Muggs, Don't Call Me Lucky, and the second was AG and Stu Bangas Selfie. But getting right into the Muggs and TF, obviously Muggs is a West Coast producer, legend, vet, pioneer. Now Muggs hasn't been at the forefront within the past couple years. It seems like he's been behind the scenes a bit more. But it looks like he's starting to reappear a bit more, and I'm getting the sense that Muggs is really back outside. And he produced this Don't Call Me Lucky project for TF. Now, TF had an album with Crisis last year that I feel was one of the more slept on drops of 2025. And obviously, TF has been consistent in the underground, especially on the West Coast, since about 2020. So this had 16 songs, approximately 40 minutes in length. I'm not going to do a breakdown of the lyrics. I am going to talk about how the tracks made me feel and just the beats in general. So the opener, Don't Call Me Lucky, has some spooky pianos, dense drums. It's a very dark and alarming way to set it off. Track 2, Water Whip. This is a banger. This features Rome Streets. Now you are getting that gritty Soul Assassins flair with this one. This indeed feels like signature Muggs, and Rome Streets bodies it with a standout feature. But yeah, Water Whip was one of those ones. Next is Clap, the JFB mix featuring Ghostface. So you get Ghostface and TF going in over some old school break beats. It's funky, it's fast paced, and Ghostface sounds good here. Then you have the Scorpion Sting following that, and that has more of a hypnotic, moody element to the production, but it was cool. But track 5, Reese's Pieces, is another high point, but very dark. You're getting this nightmarish boom bap production. This beat does scream traditional Muggs, and Mayhem Loren and OT the Real do their thing, especially Mayhem Loren. And I like the sound effect of the dripping water. It's very dungeon-like, very damp basement feel. Next is You Heard with Rock Marcy. So I feel Muggs does dazzle us with the drumless production here. You have a beat that speeds up and slows down, but it's all very psychedelic and haunting. Then you have Cha Cha Chicken, which is more of a hustling anthem for TF. And there's a bounce to the production, a catchy enough hook, but you know, it's still grimy. And what comes after is Poor Sports. This is a perseverance track, and I like how this contains the same sample from the Sons of Man, The Plan, if you remember that one. And this sample has been used over the years. It comes from Ann Peebles, a Memphis soul artist, and I like how Muggs chopped it up here. Then you have the interlude, in which I think they used AI to create a vintage soul sample that plays throughout these tracks and emphasizes, or should I say, brings together that Don't Call Me Lucky theme. Then there's Money in the Wall, another highlight. This is like probably my favorite beat, and this does feel like a bit of Muggs in 97, but still contemporary. This features Heartbreak JC, who also just dropped a project with Muggs. But yeah, this beat, it has that dark ethereal sample, swirling strings, and it just feels ancient, almost otherworldly. Then you have Luchador. It's another ominous Muggs production. This does give the feel of someone creeping around the corner, very spine tingling. And then you have $100 Bill right after, paying homage to Prodigy. This has another definitive Muggs production sound with the rainy day nocturnal pianos. Up next is Star Studded. It was the single and another standout. You have this syrupy psychedelic soul production. It's very dreamy, and it's probably the best drumless beat here, next to the one with Rock Marcy. And the second to last one is El Sancho, where you have some funky sample-based production, and this is probably one of the more underrated tracks. And then this closes out with Ride Out featuring Boldy, and the two do their thing over this more mellow, sparkling instrumental, smooth way to wrap things up. All right, the second drop is AG and Stu Bangas Selfie. So obviously AG, or Andre the Giant, is a member of the legendary collective D.I.T.C. He's a well-respected veteran and Bronx representative, and I'd say a slept-on voice amongst D.I.T.C. I always feel like AG had a very distinct voice and unique flow. Now, this is his first project since 2022, I feel, and looking back on it, that Showbiz and AG album from '95, Goodfellas, is one of my favorite underrated projects from that year. But this time he has linked with the prolific Boston producer Stu Bangas. And now Stu Bangas has been dropping a lot lately, and I haven't heard all of them, unfortunately. But I did have to tap in when I saw AG was a part of this project, because I feel we always need more AG, and we just always need more DITC in general. But this has 10 tracks lasting approximately 27 minutes. So the opener, Borderline, is a posse cut with Diamond D and D flow. So you're getting that strong DITC energy over this gritty piano back beat and scratching. Now, production-wise, this does almost harken back to that classic DITC sound. Then you have track 2, Get It Going. The beat has booming bass, colorful synths, it's very flavorful production overall. This is followed up by Creatures featuring Sadat X, who is only on the hook. I wish he had a verse, though, given this beat. But you do have hard as nails drums, icy pianos, and vibraphones. I feel this is like a mixture of like that sinister Stu Bangas sound and the classic DITC sound. But right after, you have Replicant featuring Corey Guns. Now this has more of a smooth funeral music vibe, but yeah, Corey Guns bars it up, and it's a solid track. The subsequent song is Skywalker, and this finds Stu Bangas and AG more in their wavy melodic bag. This one's a bop, a little heavier on the synths and hi-hats. I'd say it's like a combination of boom bap and trap, so it's boom trap. The same could be said for the next song, She Liked to Dress Up, So I Modeled Her. That's a long title, by the way. We also have another longer title here later in the track list, but AG was painting a picture. Now this beat has this wobbly but still wavy quality to it, kind of like Skywalker. But I did like the mood of these two tracks back to back. It showed AG in this Mac-ish smoother lane, where he also sounds like a natural. This is followed up by Suspense with Prince Julius. Now you have more of an atmospheric soundscape with the glistening guitars. Solid track. This is followed up by All These Things, All These People, where AG is in storytelling mode, speaking on all the unique folks he's met over the years. Now, this has a beat that I feel sounds a bit more Stu Bangas influenced than DITC, but there's a splash of DITC in it. Then the second to last song is really rapping, and like the title, it's a bar fest over a spooky but still smooth beat. AG sounding supremely confident here, and then his project closes out with real hip hop, a purist anthem, right? I mean, the beat does channel the mid-90s golden era sonics, from the melancholy pianos, crisp drums, to the KRS-One sample. The real hip hop is over here. So, you know, this is for those trapped in the 90s heads, as Nas would say. So as a whole, I'm giving these projects both 4 mics. I feel the DJ Muggs could be rated just a bit higher due to the production. As far as TF, you know, he did his thing, but I don't really focus on TF's bars that much. I'm not saying he doesn't have any. It's more so with TF projects, I'm focused more on the production. And of course, he brings that gritty voice and authenticity. So yeah, this project was more about DJ Muggs for me, but the features also knocked it out the park. Now with the AG and Stu Bangas, I feel AG sounded as good as I had expected. I feel this project is probably his best since the Dirty version. I wish that was on streaming services, as I haven't heard it in a minute. But yeah, I like this one a bit more than his 2022 release, although that wasn't bad. But yeah, it's good to see Muggs making moves again. It's good to hear AG back in the booth. So yeah, these are two drops that I had to highlight, and don't sleep on them. It's your boy Mixtape Mob. I'm signing out. As always, it's peace and blessings.